Oi. It's so weird. Shouldn't be doing that. Ah, well. I gotta figure that out later on. I'm getting it like a very, very smooth FPS, so Lord only knows. What am I setting at now? Yeah, like over 100 FPS, so I don't know why it's jumping like that. Unfortunately, stream settings aren't a strong point of mine. Anyways, Oblation. I was gonna put that on my bars. And Shadowbringer, too. Damn it. This is the biggest problem I have with Final Fantasy is the bar placements are just not great. Take those off, I guess. No, I'm gonna worry about that later. I just want to get things going. Enough screwing around. Let us roll. See how laggy this place is gonna be. Emphasis. It's gonna be laggy. Holy mother, is it gonna be laggy. That's just... okay, there goes like all the quality. Alright. That'll kick in a second. Wow, there's nobody here. I'm stunned. There's actually nobody here. Alfie bro, what do we got? All fairly the truth doth appear to have tempered much the same as those cages. Yeah, that makes sense. Money! Do we have any time to talk? I have nothing but time to talk. Lick together when at dawn's respite and together assess the situation in which we find ourselves. Okay. Let's take a look at the facts, shall we? The crisis at hand began with the sudden appearance of ominous towers in a multitude of locations around the world. We have since learned that the structures are brought into being by an organization known as the Telophoroi. The Telophoroi's stated purpose is to recreate the final days of Beyond Past, an apocalyptic event which would result in the destruction of all we hold dear. Hard these towers of theirs have been the cause of untold suffering, yet tempering for fucking days on a mass scale. Countless innocents being kidnapped and imprisoned, their faith perverted for primal summonings. Non-stop to boot. It's always great. Good thing like to fight shit. Unless we find a way to deal with the corruptive aura surrounding the spires, we can't even get close enough to rescue anyone. Those two with the blessing of light seem to have the resist being tempered at least. But after what happened to Arnvald and Fardolo, we need to be very, very careful about how we proceed. Now I just run in there and start punching stuff. That's what I'd do. Yet while these threats close to home are a paramount concern, we mustn't lose sight of the situation in Gallibald. As you know, the Telophoroi are under the leadership of Foundanian and one other delightful fellow, Xenosia Galvas, the Grand Prince and our dear friend. He's still a dick. To date, he's reclaimed his old body, murdered Emperor Varus, and plunged Garmald into a deeper pit of chaos. He's been busy. The capital has been probably seen the worst of it. For a good while there, it saw the bloodiest fighting in the War of Succession. Words. But that has since changed in troubling ways. Yeah, everyone's now suddenly on his side, and it's too calm. During our reconnaissance, the air was not once rent by the barking of cannons of the crowds of discord. It was an eerie fog of silence which did blanket that ruined city. The inhabitants appear to have been tempered, and with nary a word spoken did they labor to transform the palace into a soaring edifice born of nightmares. If they are indeed made thralls, it seems safe to assume that these events, too, were orchestrated by the Telophoroi. I am not attempting to voice act a goddamn thing here. An army of primals is awful enough, but in light of recent developments, I fear it's only a prelude to an even greater catastrophe. We need to devise a means to counter this threat, and quickly, before our allies are overwhelmed. What do you got, Catboy? And not me. We will find a way in Charlian, I'm sure of it. Master Fulchnall's comments regarding the final days were curious to say the least. The forum knows more than it's letting on. Sorry to interrupt. Fuck off, Tataru. I've just received a word from Mrs. Cryle. She says that arrangements for your visit has been finalized. All right, she went and did that, didn't she? So, You have to head to Limsa and board the next ship bound for Charlian. On arrival, present yourselves as associates of the students of Artesian, come to assist with the Order's restoration. Lying through our teeth as per usual. I guess technically it's not totally untrue for me. I am literally wearing the elemental armor. The arrangements may be settled, but what of your thoughts? They must brace to the prospect of returning home after so long. I'm eager to see it, of course. Of course, we should set off at once. And pump this into theater mode. I missed that text entirely. It's not so bad. I prefer the Shadowbringer's quest accept. But hey, that's just me. It's still not terrible. Why am I not just teleporting? Oh god, I have to go to Limsa. First off, teleports were increased. No, I do need to go to Limsa anyways. There's one thing I'm going to be doing before I go anywhere in Limsa. First off, I'm going to suffer because it's going to be, look at the... Okay, there's no one here yet, thank fuck. I need to go to the aft castle. Whoa! I do not want. Go to the aft castle. I guess it's still too early in the day for Ether. It's not, and there's a Reaper. Wrong guy. This guy. I'm here for one specific reason. Materials. Is it in here? No. No. I've got all those anyways. Oh, those are useful. But I'm not here for those. Really? Yeah, let's try to make that. That doesn't help. Man. To clarify, I was going to see if I could get some teleport tickets here, but that obviously didn't happen. Neat. Duck. Aha! I'm pretty sure I've already got the fawn. Yeah, I've already got that one. Don't have the minecart. I don't think I have the duck either. I do have the duck. Okay, well, that was a waste. Minion prices are gonna tank. But where are you, Tato? Oh, Jesus, frickin' Arcanist Guild. No! Actually, on the Arcanist Guild, I did actually intend to dick around with Summoner eventually, because Summoner's been fixed to hopefully be less garbage now. Oh my god. Oh, that's where everyone is. Who's that? No, they're already gone.
almost finished loading our cargo. We should be ready to depart right on schedule, or so I'm told.
Already getting to the voice acting. Hot damn. There's sirens outside the door.
Excellent. 'Tis nice to have a smooth beginning to one's journey, at the very least.
It's funny. Master Louis Soir came here on a ship very much like this one. And now, years later, the street urchin he befriended that day is bound for his mentor's homeland. With his mentor's grandchildren, no less.
That is actually a little odd. But hey, it works.
'Tis upon reflection that every twist of time's river and fate's whims are brought into sharp relief. Thou hast matured much in the intervening years. Wert thou not caught attempting to relieve Master Louis Soir of his purse scant moments after he made landfall upon this dock?
Drastically improve the animations.
That's a tale I'd like to hear.
Will this be your first visit to Charlian, Sir Estinian? Sir Estinian?
Are we strangers newly met?
Called it.
This stiff formality.
Sarah Estinian? No, like what?
Merely meant it as a professional courtesy, since we are now colleagues in an official sense.
I'd rather you dispense with the sirs, especially in private company. Or I'll be forced to respond in kind, little Lord Alphino.
You've made your point, Estinian. Painfully well.
Better.
Look, Estinian's gonna have the same amount of snark that Yshtola's known for.
Are you all
Maybe a
right,
little less,
Tati?
but...
You seem positively distraught.
Distraught? Me? Don't be silly. I think it's lovely that they get to see their homeland.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Tatu, they're gonna be coming back, you know it.
It's just... we're trying to thwart the schemes of an army hellbent on destroying the world.
That's not exactly the first.
And, once again, I have to stay behind and worry that this is the last time I'll get to see my friends.
Do you not remember the carbuncle? Yeah, I'll fucking do it, as usual.
I'll hold you to that.
Ah, good. You're still here.
Hey, Holy Boulder! Where's the woman?
Hori! Kultine! What brings you all this way?
We're to assist the Maelstrom and the Kobolds with a lunar primal operation, so we thought we'd see you off before heading to the tower. Flamine and the others wish you all a safe journey, and promise that they'll look after things here until you return. We will too, of course. Aye. We, your fellow Scions of the Seventh Dawn, will do our part to ensure the end of the world won't happen on our watch.
We're set to sail! All aboard for Charlian! It's time.
Then we must delay no longer. We will contact you the moment we learn aught of value. Wish us luck.
There's something different about the eyes.
Have a safe journey, and please, be careful.
I think. Something about their eye animations look different. I don't quite know exactly what it is. I'm probably just imagining things. Screen settings are currently locked to 720. Well, technically it's 8 something.
And so you venture forth unto the unknown,
Nice up, Emmett. How do, my dude?
a fate beyond the horizon that cannot be divined, a future undefined and in flux. In uncertain times, naught but the simplest words of wisdom will suffice. That
Yeah, it's
which lives is destined to die. Love leads to loss. Every beginning has an end.
they're cramming up the death flags like you wouldn't believe.
Every step of your descent.
Like, the amount of death flags they're throwing out is... It's not a small amount by any means, but,
In the depths where souls and stars rest, find your truth.
we're not exactly. I'm not falling for it, personally. I don't... There's too many death flags being thrown out to be, like, ah, someone's gonna die. It's a fake out. That's my thought. We talk about ocean fishing already, apparently? Oh, great. Answers displaying again. That's mildly concerning. God, dude, put some pants on.
Here. Feel. Think.
Yeah, finally heard Hadlin's voice for the first time in Lord knows how long.
The day has barely dawned, my fellow earlier riser. Though we're hardly alone in that. Envious of those still sleeping soundly, no doubt.
Huh. The, this cutscene is
All that
autoplaying.
to you, you say? I've heard nothing myself.
Does he have the her
In any
blessing?
case, I dare say the sea air will do you good. Why not join the others on deck? Charlian should be coming into view at any moment.
I don't know if Graha has the blessing of the light. I know he's got the echo. Does he have the echo? I mean, I guess technically everyone has it, but like... Yeah, I don't know if he's got Heidelman's blessing. I must have missed it. He probably does, and I've just missed it somewhere. I did those quests so long ago. The bit rate is like 7,000, by the way, so I don't know what the heck's going on there. Hey there, icy lady. People are assuming she's Vanat. The group that created Heidelin after Zodiark.
My voice yet reaches you. I am glad. Hear. Feel. Think.
Okay, so yeah, she's just the Heidelin version of Elidibus.
And thus do we meet face to face at last. My warrior of light, guided by the crystal.
I was wrong. Oh boy, we're gonna go there. Make it sting.
You have visited the first. You have every right to say that. You have gained an understanding of what I truly am, what Eidolon has always been, a primal. Zodiark was created to forestall the apocalypse which threatened the ancient world, and I was brought forth to bind him.
I'm not entirely sure, like, if this is Hydaelyn. I mean, when she popped up, I had a thought, like, oh, is that possibly Hydaelyn? Nah, no way in hell. That's almost too obvious. Just given by her look and how she appeared and all that stuff. It felt like it was too much of a coincidence. I mean, if that's what they're going for, that's what they're going for. Okay, I'll take it. But I feel like there's something else going on in there. I'm still getting that hunch.
Yet 7 times now, those who would orchestrate a return to that bygone era have rejoined a shard to the god I had sundered.
That's an interesting tidbit. Also interesting, she has that mask. She has an Ascian mask.
The greater his strength grows, the swifter does mine own diminish. The power to draw your mind into the rift betwixt is no longer mine to wield. Yet though it taxes me sorely, I dare not leave these words unsaid. Even bereft of my guidance, you and your companions have accepted the burden of this star's troubled past. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine.
Not much to say here.
Wheels shudder and turn. Conflict looms. Monumental. Which will decide the fate of this world and all life upon it.
Not the first time.
When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable.
That sounds like we're killing gods again.
Then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Means modern times, but there's more to it than that. Promise of another time.
Keep us to the fore, folks. Sharlian's just over yonder.
Sounds to me like she's saying that she wasn't created, she was, like, actually summoned.
Your traveler's heart must yearn to behold this unfamiliar land. We shall meet again, and soon.
Those are oddly specific words. Yeah, the video, by the way, is sitting at effectively 720p for a 21:9 stream, and it's the bitrate is currently sitting at approximately 7,000. I don't know why it's stuttering like it is. Yeah, it's 864 resolution right now.
Oh, what a fine morning. Oh, still a bit stiff though.
And a good morning to you too. Taking a look at the island already?
No, I've been on the other side of the ship talking to an ancient god.
Let's go. Might still be room in the prow if we're lucky.
She's unusually excitable. Yeah, it's fucking Alice. Who am I kidding? She's always excitable. It's basically her default state.
Ah, the sleepers have arisen.
They've definitely improved the animations.
There she is. Good old Sharlian.
Oh, I see it.
Pretty. Not so great up at a distance, but, you know.
Home at last. Well, maybe not in Father's eyes, but we'll manage on our own, if we must.
You do know you're not alone in this, don't you?
Indeed.
'Tis as Sir Estinian said. Forget not the comrades who boarded this ship at your side, I prithee.
Thank you, my friends. We are ever grateful for your steadfast support.
Upon arrival, we will be disembarking into the heart of Sharlayan proper.
Very businessy, Stola. I like it.
There is no greater concentration of wisdom in all the world. I am confident that somewhere within that center of knowledge and learning, we will find the answers we seek.
Why is that stuttering like that? Only 30 FPS, man. Come on. Like, I know my computer's capable of handling this. My video card does not give a crap right now. I mean, a 2080 Ti, it's barely sitting at half capacity. This is dumb.
Sharlayan, the solitary island nation of the northern seas. Where under the watchful gaze of Thaliak, patron deity of scholars, academics hoard all manner of knowledge and secrets.
Not Thaliak, it's my dude's god.
Once, they deigned to accept foreign students into a distant colony maintained in the Dravanian hinterlands. How swiftly they abandoned it once the first Garlean boot set hostile foot on Alamegan soil. So averse to the prosecution of war, these men of wisdom, your would-be allies.
I thought they'd never let us off the ship. What's next then? Entry applications?
Probably is.
They find no cause to deny us.
Oh, geez, there are entry applications.
Hasn't Sharlayan orbit severed relations with foreign powers? Those of us without direct ties, myself included, may be refused outright.
'Tis true that, as a nation, Sharlayan only forms trade agreements with a select few neutral countries. But from a practical standpoint, an island cannot afford to be overly strict with its borders, especially not if that island's people are wholly devoted to the accumulation of knowledge.
Oh man, that's not realistic at all.
If one submits the proper paperwork with satisfactory evidence of identity and intent, then foreigners may be granted entry.
May.
Quite. So let us be absolutely clear on these points before we proceed. The immigration officer will ask for your affiliation and your purpose of visit. Considering Sharlayan's views on intervention, I strongly suggest we avoid any mention of the Scions.
That'll last real fucking long.
Kral has laid the groundwork for us to act as associates of the students of Baldessian, and our ostensible reason for being here is to aid in their order's restoration. Grahatir, it might expedite our progress should an actual student be seen at the head of our little group. Would you mind leading the way?
Of course. The immigration officers were this way, as I recall. Shall we?
He's got the brain. Half of these guys still have the mark on their necks that dictate them as students of Baldessian too.
Greetings. We've just arrived and are eager to make our way into the city. Would you be so kind as to...
Wow, she looks yikes.
Certainly. I see by your mark you are an Archon.
wow, they
Grahat here of the students of Baldassian at your
caught right
service.
out of that. Knew that thing had
I was
helpful.
assigned to an Eorzean survey team, but have returned to assist with the reformation of my order. My associates here will provide additional support.
I would say, like, she could look more of a librarian if she tried.
Very good. I have paperwork detailing your group and its scheduled arrival for today. And it seems some few of your companions are also Archons. If you'll step forward, we can process those applications first.
All but 2 of us. Okay, let's get 3.
Ishtola rule.
Should the twins be marked as well? Are the twins be marked?
See how it glows? That list is etherically linked with a citizen registry kept in the main repository.
I was wondering what that was.
I've confirmed your status as Archons and amended your travel records accordingly. Welcome home. Now, who do we have here?
The twins might be fine, to be honest, because they're related to their grandfather and they used to be citizens here, or are citizens here. You get the idea.
And Alizé Leveilleur.
Estinian.
Your applications have...
Having said that,
The streets are abuzz with talk of how House Leveilleur's lord disowned his young progeny.
to clarify this, Estinian might not be an issue, just because he's more of a freelance agent without much of a history of anything, to be honest. But his name would carry weight as the Azure Dragoon. If he's chilled out and there's things to do here, they wouldn't really have much of a reason to deny him. But the problem is Warrior Elite, where he is, there's almost definitely some degree of fighting involved. I feel like we're going to hit a snag with our own application somehow. But that's me being me. Yeah, that stings a bit, but...
And while such personal circumstances constitute no reason to deny you entry, I urge you to avoid exacerbating your present situation. Times are quite troubled enough already.
We shall keep that in mind.
These last two are not Charlian natives, but you will find their credentials are in order. An application was made in advance.
Name and occupation?
Here's my name. You're the Warrior of Light. I'm going with Artisan because I do have Omnicrafter.
Indeed. Your profile describes you as an adventurer, but one also trained in the rather more constructive pursuits of procurement and production. You may enter.
He just sounds like a bitch.
And you, sir?
God damn.
Estinian Valino, formerly of the Order of the Knights Dragoon in Ishgard.
Okay, he might have just fucked it.
Formally, at least. And what, pray tell, is your profession now?
He hits those peas hard. He doesn't actually know what he's doing.
If you'll allow me...
Kral coming to save the day.
My associate is a mercenary, hired for his strength at arms. Surely you are aware of the dangers we often face on our forays into the wilderness.
Mistress Baldassian, if you insist on sponsoring his entry, then so be it. But while I appreciate that desperate times call for desperate measures, I find your choice of company concerning. Be advised that even a single misstep may have severe repercussions for your organization.
He seriously is just as rude as she can be.
Dear and trusted comrades that they are. But I thank you for your concern.
I must put my foot down. It's like, good lord. Chill out, lady. I mean, yeah, it's her job. She kind of has to, but, like, come on.
Cryle, it is good to see you.
Likewise. Long voyage notwithstanding, you will seem none the worse for wear.
Bloody hour in and we barely got anywhere.
But this is hardly the place. Let's be on our way, shall we?
Oh!
Welcome, friends, to Charlian.
As your mercenary, I should hope my welcome includes a generous salary.
I had to say something, Sir Taciturn.
It does make sense that Sinian would stumble at that. I mean, he's kind of like in between positions, so to speak. Well, not really in between positions, but more like... Ah, oh, fucking crap on a biscuit. No, I want to see what these guys are doing. What's my idle level, by the way? Still 520. To clarify, 520 in all my jobs. Except for the crafters, but who cares about those? Huh. I really want to get out of this crowd. I don't want to see what the city does. You're just saying the sites, no doubt the city's not like to vanish. Yeah, like fucking Eureka. I am accustomed to fabricating lies on demand. It shouldn't matter how I hurt my think. Like I said, he's in a bit of an awkward spot right now. Come on, there we are. Got a spotty check money report. Whatever the hell. I'm hoping that'll grow on me. 515? How's that look? High Durium. Put some clothes on, man. Come on. That looks pretty sick, to be honest. Actually, it's just a Feyblade. I mean, it still looks sick, but, you know, it's the Feyblade. Horse chestnuts. I do like meet my Lockhart first. I had thought to launch directly into an explanation of what I've learned and how I might proceed. But this is Doom's taking a turn in his first time in Charlene, and for the rest of you, homecoming was long overdue. That's true, but I'd rather just get to business. There's some places you wish to visit, people you're dying to see? No. Therefore, I propose we postpone our agenda so that you all may have sufficient time to recover from your journey and get your bearings in the city. That's really not necessary. Once you've settled in, we can reconvene at the Baldacian Annex. How does that sound? It sounds unnecessary. Just a fine suggestion. We may not be welcome at the levy or estate as such, but I should like to nose around the neighborhood all the same. Yeah. I'm equally untethered, as it were. There's no particular place that my kin call home. What about the White Tribe? Still, I would not pass up the opportunity to reacquaint myself with the city. Likewise, a quick tour of our old haunts might even yield some fruitful gossip. I guess it's just her tribe, the letter, which she's descended from. The annex was west of the 8th Ray Plaza, wasn't it? I shall join you there anon. Yeah, we'll see you there. Yeah, the Stola's tribe would be the Y tribe, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's where she's from. I too have places I would be remiss in not visiting forthwith. By thy leave. It could have just gone, dude. Ah, well, greetings and all. What of you, Estinian? My services as a guide are yours for the asking. Nah. Won't be necessary until we reconvene. I prefer to wander as the wind takes me. Later, bud. But oh. Oh, please. I'm not gonna have an issue finding him. Oh, Rojo, would you like to join us then? You've been gone for quite a while, and this would be the perfect way to refresh those dusty old memories of yours. Of course, if you will have me. Stop being so awkward. Charlian awaits. Can I fight something yet? To clarify, the sword looked nice and all, but I like my Lockhart and all that. What am I going to find it? I can leave it behind by entering a different area, using the Ethernet, and putting too much isn't between you. Oh, okay, so he just follows me around. Damn. It's just that quick, huh? Where the hell's Kryl? All set then. Let's be on our way. Our first stop, amusingly enough, will be the last stand. So halfway on the west side of the harbor. Conversation points, huh? At least they try and stay more or less spread out. We're going this way. Here's the crafting of the place. I'm gonna get attuned at this place. Guess this is just generic chatter. With all the unusual wares coming and going at all hours, especially assistance of an interpreted adventure, would be highly appreciate. You're damn straight. I see no reason why you shouldn't undertake such tasks which pique your interest. You have been cleared by the immigration officials, after all. Yeah, I give you a couple weeks. This place is called the Peristyle, and it's the first stop for cargo unloaded at the docks. You'll find unusual necessities for daily living and other imports vital to running an island nation, but also supplies of further Charlene's pursuit of knowledge, namely large quantities of books, specimens, and samples. Sorting these stacks certainly seems to keep the attendants busy. Work for days. Is either new action or boots or something, which give you, what was it? It wasn't unlimited sprint, but it was a longer sprint. I'm gonna miss one of these, I already know it. Give me some details. This path leading towards the sea is the Thaliok Stoa, named so for the statue of the scholar stands on its end. As you know, the Charlene people prize the accumulation of wisdom over all else. Thus, Thaliok was chosen as a patron deity, as it was more a matter of pragmatism than belief, an alignment of principles, as it were. Word, I can get behind that. We may have honored him in a rather impressive sculpture, yes, but our faith is not so restrictive as that of, say, the Ishgardians. Like, fuck for that. Individual Charlens can and do worship the divinities of their choosing. It's, I have a rocky relationship with religion as a whole and faith, and like, I prefer to get, I prefer methods that actually get things done rather than just believing that things will get done. And it's not the same. Faith is not the same as you getting your hands dirty. And now there's a sight one could hardly forget, the great statue of Thaliok. As a student of Aldessian, I was usually quartered on the Isle of Val, until that disappeared. Don't worry, we found it. But I would gaze upon the scholar's wise features every time I returned to the ship, by ship to the city. Got our own Kryl. She's chatting too, but it's still using mine as a target. It's fine. It's a little weird, but, you know, it's fine. What's the draw distance on these circles? I need to know. Oh, it's pretty big. What if I do this? Oh, they just... Okay. Jeez. Let's just kill this entirely. Here we are, last stand. I may have mentioned this before, but though our research in nutrition and food preparation is quite extensive, the average Charlian tends to regard seasoning and flavor with a certain indifference. They like the brain foods. How can I put this? The food is, it's bland. As encapsulated by our famous R-called loaf. The prevailing sentiment towards cuisine is dietary value first and taste a distant second. Yep. It's the brain food. There was one pupil at the studium, however, who could stomach the school's insipid meals no longer, so he quit his lessons and poured all his savings into building a proper eatery. And so the last stand came to be. As the name implies, it is, as the name implies, the sole dedicated outpost of fine dining in Charlotte, the one and only bastion of culinary arts in an isle of otherwise mediocre fare. Yeah, I take issue with the fact that everything here tastes like sand, and I'm gonna fix it myself. I can get behind that. I seem to recall their burger being hailed as one of the more impressive items on the menu. Not that I ever had the pleasure of eating one myself. I can fix that. I have money. Oh, that was a bad angle. I was gonna try and move the gill into... There we go. Because you were a typical Charlian when it came to cheap and convenient. But surely Tataru has since taught you how to appreciate a well-prepared dish. We should all stop in when time permits and sample the cafe's delights. So you press on. The stairs to the side of the cafe will take us up to the Aetherite Aetherite Plaza. Man, I am not great with just reading text. Any big old circles anywhere? What am I doing? Easy, I'm doing the top priority that you do when entering any new city. Give me my Aetherite crystals. No. Where is he? There you are. Oh, crap. Right. Okay, I'm just gonna go around and grab all the Aetherites in the city as you do. Huh. They're gonna be important for side quests later. But note to self, don't warp around at the Aetherite charts. It said that too. Like, you do that, it's gonna teleport you. Or it's like they said that as soon as you started the thing. It's like, you know, move too far away, teleport, or whatever the hell was one other thing. Move to a new area, and then you lose them. I'm not particularly worried. Oh wait, it was sprint that was changed, wasn't it? We just allow mounts in cities. No, it's just gonna get in the way of stuff. My sprint is bound on a hidden bar to my F key. That's... So, funny enough, I don't actually know when my sprint is up or not. I just kind of press it randomly. There we go, 30-second sprint. Let's roll. I just kind of push it all the time. Not all the time, but, you know, enough that it just... Should be up by the time I reach the next aetherite. You go down there, go down there. Actually, I'll hold it until I reach Scholar's Harbor again, grab those two, and then I'll sprint back up here. Already fucking spamming for sea stuff. Still the only one on. There we go. Go grab the twins. Oh, but not actually the twins, they're just a couple people chilling around. Come on. Ah, crap, I lost Cryle. I really lost Cryle. That was a huge mistake. Oh, there she is. She's right down here. Oh, I've already got them both. Really? Wow. I don't know, I had both of them just like that. Good lord. Grabbing one of them, just grabs them both. An unusual shape, isn't it? I assure you, however, it's perfectly functioning. Remember to tune yourself before we move on. Yeah, I did that already. Now, being a diligent tour guide that I am, I should mention that the Confluence, a research facility located on this very plaza. I can't see it because I'm stuck pointing the camera backwards. Its much vaunted discovery is the reason Charlian stands at the forefront of teleportation technology. In deciphering the underlying principles of algae and etherites, it allowed us to understand and reconstruct what was essentially a lost art. And so, off we go to our next destination. The path lies to northeast to the Agora, Charlian's largest marketplace. Cool. I'm going this way, though. Speaking of etherites, those teleportation fees do add up after a while, which is why I tend to rely on the far cheaper ferry services. I was pleasantly surprised when Mr. Chatafu informed me that the signs are reimbursed for transportation costs as part of our duties, but I find the old habits hard to break. That, and I'd rather not be bothered filling out the necessary paperwork. Paperwork sucks. But, from personal experience, beat some other ways of logging down data that some companies use. That is the entrance to the Confluence. I have no doubt their expertise will prove useful at some point, so let's just remember the way here. Is it really? Oh, it is here. Okay, so that's going to become useful later on. Or at least important, maybe not useful. Who knows? Game still wants me to go that way. I'm going this way. Ha! I could teleport and ditch him again, but I don't want to lose them halfway into the city. One thing I like about this city is it uses the natural terrain very well. Like, there's, like, minimal building. Everything else is, like, mostly just natural terrain in general. Alright, Graha. That's, that is a thing you can do, I guess. I'm gonna just try and do that again. Graha goes where he pleases. That's some weird shit. Yeah, there he goes again. Okay. Oh, come on. There's got to be another point of chatter somewhere around here. Is there really just the one? Oh, yeah, delirium was changed, wasn't it? You only get 3 uses now. That's where I need to go, but where the heck is the other chatter points? Yeah, I'll only give you the 2, I guess. Not wholly unprecedented, but it's a little bit of a bummer. Where did that go? We could find wares made in Charlian, as well as a wide selection of imported goods. They also used to sell questionable prototypes of various research institutes, but I think that practice has thankfully died out, for the most part. Otherwise, I think of no better place to stock up for your next big adventure. Am I overselling it? On a more serious note, the next stop to our tour is one of our particular relevance to our ultimate purpose here. We must head back to the Aetheryte Plaza, follow the path north, and climb up the stairs of that imposing-looking building at the very top. Okay, we don't actually have to do that, I can just go up this way. But it is trying to show me this way, so there's going to be chatter points somewhere. And yes, I'm calling them chatter points, I don't really know why, that's just the name that's sticking into my head. What is this guy doing? He's just smelling flowers. Okay. Oh, there's one there. I don't see another one anywhere, to be honest. What's the water features? These decorative little features are typical of our Charlian architecture. Aside from the Reacher's Wing, our headquarters on the Isle of Val were rather simple and rustic by comparison. Yeah, I wouldn't know, they're all been, like, ripped to pieces. This is the Nymphanium, yeah, Nymphaeum. Yeah, this is the Nymphaeum, an area dedicated to the blessings of water. For Charlians, water represents more than a life-sustaining liquid. It is a reminder of the Great Flood, which precipitated the birth of our nation, as well as a symbol of knowledge which flows in Thaliak's divine power. This is the reason you see an abundance of fountains throughout the city, and a propensity for utilizing water as a decorative feature in our architecture. Makes sense. Nymphaeum. Should be the water spirits known as the Nymphae. Seems rather fitting for a city that's erected a towering statue of... Okay. Alright, it's gonna turn around this way so I actually can look at the building while we're doing this. This grand structure before you is the rostra. The name refers to the original public platform erected here, upon which a forum of elected representatives was to deliver orations and debate official policy. Although the state has since evolved into council chambers, the nature of the forum and the duties of its members remains largely unchanged. Am I boring you, Raha? You seem awfully distracted. My apologies. From here one can see the entire city spread out below. The vista put me in mind of my arrival in the first. Those who had gathered at the Crystal Tower asked me how they might go about building a new home. Naturally, my answers were all inspired by my knowledge of the finest settlement I could think of. The great city of Charlian. And bit by bit those buildings grew into a town, a community, the Crystarium. I can always see its echo. So, yeah, he basically just made the Crystarium in the image of the Crystarium. Okay. He made the Crystarium in the image of Charlian. My mind's... It's 2:30 in the morning. Leave me alone. I see. Feel free to come up here whenever you wish. I don't think the counselors would object to you simply enjoying the view. Such memories should be treasured. Now they might. They're kind of dicks. At least one of them is. For now, however, the tour must go on. Our spectacle of sightseeing concludes at the fittingly named Journey's End. Walk down the stairs at the east and continue straight ahead. I'm going in here. Oh, what the... I'm going this way, really? Oh, right, yeah. I was thinking of the last stand. It's a completely different area. Weird names. I don't see any other chatter points either. Nope. We're at a journey's end. History tells us this is where those who put ashore with Archon Ninkrip built their first homes. Okay, that is a name. Pyromancer, start writing notes. In the present day, it serves as the residential district for the most important officials and oldest Charlian families. You see that one mansion is clearly larger than the others, the estate that belongs to our friends of the House Levieux. All things considered, we should probably keep our distance for the time being. I'm gonna run in and smack the door down. I'm not gonna do that. And with that, we should bring our little Charlian tour to a close. I hope it has proven to be an entertaining and enlightening experience. Now, shall we head directly to the Baldetsian Annex? You remember the way, don't you, Raha? Let me think. We head down towards the harbor, cross the bridge to our right, and then follow through below the Aetheryte Plaza? Correct. Neat. They're busy taking me through the freaking loop that I, already followed. That's hilarious and also quite sad. I already did this. Although they didn't go around the left side of the island, which is a little unusual. Probably going to be ending up there. Honestly, just didn't have a reason to take us to the Tranquility. The Studium must be after this. It's probably where the other guys are going to wind up chilling. We couldn't resist the search for knowledge. Prosper Lane. Yeah, that's a name. Oh, there's a chatter point. Alright, we cross the bridge here as I recall. Stick to the path, be careful not to end up back at the Aetheryte Plaza. I'm going to wind up back at the Aetheryte Plaza. Charlian are full of educational and research institutes, but there are professors who prefer to establish their own private practices. Not that I have ever attended the exclusive schools they run in these residences. Perhaps the twins could tell you more about them. Interesting. So the twins just kind of got taught and whatnot from random people all over the place. Okay. Down this way? No, it's this way. I'm already used to that, no longer being placed. Now the joyous look on... As the joyous looks on Raha's face has undoubtedly informed you, this is the Maldesian Annex. If you continue up the hill, you'll arrive on the doorstep of the phenomenon, but I think we've explored enough for one day. We can take you there another time. Yo, I want to go there! God damn it. I'm back, and I brought Doomstick and Raha with me. I am magnanimous. Ah, so you were right about the ship then. Hello, Raha. It's nice to see you again. And it's a pleasure to finally meet you. I've heard many a tale of your exploits. But of course. Ojika Sunjika. Okay, there we go. Allow me to introduce Ojika, cousin of Ejika Sunjika in administration. Ah, that's why he looks familiar. He's cousin to that prick. I hope he's not as proud. He oversees the day-to-day business of the Annex. Well, he better not be that proud. He was just a frickin' overseer of the day-to-day bullcrap. I've read the reports from the Eureka expedition. I hope Ejika didn't cause too much trouble. He fucking did! Dick! Impatient and impetuous, but a good sort at heart. He's still fucking impatient to cause more shit than he solved. Dick! Now, one other thing to call him. Dick! This place is like a second home for the students. The Isle of Val served as our main headquarters, of course, but we often had that occasion to visit Charlian. He's still a dick! Whether to make use of the city's research facilities, attend conferences, or procure supplies from distant shores, and the annex was built. And the annex here was built to provide lodgings for our members while we engage in such activities. Ah, so does calling Ejika a dick? Now that our former headquarters is on the wrong side of the world, among other things, yeah, in pieces, because Ejika's a dick, the annex became their new base of operations for all intents and purposes. And yet it feels so empty, with so many lost to us. You can blame Ejika for being a dick for that happening. He's totally unrelated, I don't care. He's still a dick. Our organization is a shell of his former self. The day will come when we see the students rise again. But first we must ensure that they'll off where we fall. Were we supposed to not talk about murdering shit while we were here? Through that door on the left is the main hall, where we can discuss our options moving forward. Once everyone arrives, that is, you probably have time to rest before discussions begin in earnest. I'm taking this table! And we start snoring. I found a private headquarters prepared for you in the Andron, so please feel free to make yourself at home. Yeah, the nap rooms. Damn it, Raha, stop reading my mind. I mean, he's a cat. I didn't mean to give you the wrong impression. The chambers are quite well appointed. Far more so than some cheap roadside inn, you may be assured. Just simply that we were often so busy with research or exhaustive journeys abroad that I thought that we could slip to the Andron just to steal a few winks. And those that became known as the students became known amongst the students as nap rooms, even if many such naps might last well into the following morning. Say the word, I'll be happy to show you to your chamber. Yeah, man. Go check this place out. But of course. Oh, this is actually it's pretty nice. A little cluttered in my opinion though. Why do we have a giant crate of crystals here? It's specifically a comfy bed. Yeah, it is kind of cluttered for my preferences. Yeah, who am I kidding? My room's already cluttered as hell. But, it's just a little... It's a nice looking room, don't get me wrong. There's just something off about it. I really think it's just the layout. I don't like having things, like, dead in the middle of everything. Because I prefer it if this... I think it's this here. I really think it's this open area right here. It's just asymmetrical, and that's just... especially with the design on the floor. I don't know, it's good though. It's a good room. Just... see, this is so much better. It's definitely because it's just got a bunch of crap in the middle of the room. Feeling refreshed and alert, our colleagues should be wandering in soon, so it's just we wait here. We stay here and wait for them to join us. But what if no?
Pray forgive me. I was delayed.
Oriange is the last to arrive.
We're all here now. Let's get down to business then, shall we?
Pray forgive me, I have my face in yet another book.
Come what may, we must prevent the Telophoroid's plans from coming to fruition. At present, I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal. The first involves an investigation into the change which has come over Charlian, not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum. As most of you know, the 99 members of the Forum are elected from the general populace. This alone guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy.
And yet they're unusually of one mind.
The bibliotheques, for example, are a group of conservatives which would have Charlian focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it.
Funny enough, that would make so history never changes.
We have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon Louisois. Yet despite our diverse factions and philosophies, the recent vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous. Even more concerning was the fact that many cited other, more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
Fortuno's refusal in Gridania had those same undertones. 'Twas as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, he had simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
A mystery indeed, and one which I ask for your help to solve. Our future may depend on it. As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldessian. Our organization was founded primarily to study strange and unexplained phenomena the world over. Mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth.
So the towers.
To our more isolationist Charlian colleagues, we have strong connections overseas, namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown.
Look at this secret cube.
The The request in question comes from one such acquaintance, Nidana, an alchemist residing in distant Thavnair. Her missive describes the sudden appearance of a tower and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal.
Pretty close to a city.
In response to this threat, the satrap of Rads at Han, the individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with the spire.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts. 'Tis possible, nay, probable, that they have gleaned truths unattainable by Eorzea or her Far Eastern allies.
They do, in fact, appear to have a strategy in
Crap,
mind,
I zoned out for a
though
second.
it will require further research. To that end, they have requested an introduction to a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
Assuming we divide our forces to pursue both of Kral's lines of inquiry, then having you join the group heading to Thavnair would seem the obvious choice.
Yeah, because I'm useless in gathering fucking information from books and shit.
But the investigation in Sharlayan is of vital importance as well. Equal, I think, to the Thavnarian one, given that the fate of the world may hinge on the results of both.
Yes, it is quite the quandary.
Nah, we're going to Thavnair.
Though it is a great imposition and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed were you to lead the charge on both fronts.
Eureka Cube.
You are indeed our champion. As to which task to tackle first, we will defer to your decision. Let us next decide how everyone else might best be assigned. As for myself, I shall continue what I've begun in Sharlayan. I should also like to steal the services of an Archon or two.
And thereby gain access to a greater range of reading material. I will help with that.
Allow me to offer my assistance. I have some small amount of experience.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Alice and I would also like to help, if you would have us.
Okay, good. That leaves me with leaves me with fucking Uncle Yanje and Dad Grid.
Even a fraction of what our father and the Forum might be thinking.
Of course, the more the merrier.
Right. The rest of us will make the journey to Thavnair. Thoughts? Objections?
I passed through Thavnair on my way to infiltrate the Empire, and though I'm not qualified to give a guided tour, I did gain a sense of where things lie.
I'll be happy to have you along then. So for this group, it will be you, me, and Urianger.
Give me a moment afterwards, and I'll supply you with all the details of Nidana's request. Consider this hall our rendezvous point once our respective tasks are complete. May our investigations prove fruitful.
Okay, to clarify, we're going to Thavnair first if we're given the choice, because whatever the hell is going on here in Sharlayan is almost probably going to be somehow related to the Telophoroi. I can feel it. It's not like they're really hiding it all that well. And because Razatan has something directly to deal with when it comes to these freaking towers, which is going to be related to what's going on in Sharlayan, and their basic idea is like, yo, there's that thing over there, we need to crack in there and, break into it. It makes sense if we go there first, gather whatever the hell information they have going on there, and then come back here later with a little bit of extra information to flip Sharlayan on its heels. Such is my opinion. But anyways, let's look at some of these posters. Can I recognize some of this? Probably not, to be honest. That looked like, okay, that's Good King Mogulmog being chucking all of the Mughals from... Well, not Good King Mogulmog, that's the legend, but that's the Mughals coming down from, dragon areas. That looks familiar. Those are the spires that came down from Dalamud. Again, Eureka Cube. Well, it is Eureka, actually. That looks like Alexander. But that's not Alexander. That's interesting. How's up with that? That is the airship that was in the 1.0 trailer. This tower is actually pretty neat. Same with this. These two, I don't recognize these two. Now, I need to clarify, that is notable because like I've done every piece of side content in this game this far, with the exception of like old Diadem, because I joined just too late to do that. But yeah, the fact that I don't recognize that, interesting. Hey, we have a map of Eorzea here. Come on. Gallian Empire is partially on map now. Nope, they've made sure to keep that normal. What's this? Is that Diadem? No. I think that's a sea of clouds. Yeah, because that would be Nidhogg's lair. I'm kind of really doubting that, though. That is Garuda. So that's just a page on primals. What if it's possible to pull the text off of these posters? Like, vaguely? No, it's definitely not. And figure out what they were saying. No A&L. Apparently it's gonna be hot as balls over there. Not surprising. I'm a Canadian, right? I'm not too keen on hot. I need to thought of it before I could travel by Etherite, but what of the rest of you? Having the sea voyage would be a waste of time we do not have. I was of the same mind, and has already secured the aid of good folk of Confluence. We'll take ourselves there. The Confluence, thou sayest. Ah, boy. I'm afraid so, my friend. The fuck is this? Thou wilt recall the hunt for Isard, unto whose sanctuary we delivered the Fuck's sake, Urianger. Alright, what do we got? Thou wilt recall the hunt for Isard, unto whose sanctuary we delivered the owing of knowledge. Unto whose sanctuary we delivered the owing to the knowledge of a comrade, Moonbreda. Yeah. Moonbreda was an authority on aetherology. In the field of study she did embark upon in pursuit of her parents' example. Both authorities are in their own right, and both are researchers at the Confluence. Oh. Yeah. Whoops. He hasn't gotten to see him yet. I attempted to do so earlier, but to my shame, my courage failed me at the last. Alright, well, let's drag him kicking and screaming. As it hath been many times, I thought to reach out to them after sending that fateful letter. Neither time nor introspection have revealed unto me the words I should speak, and thus I have kept my silence. Yeah, I know that pain. Whether you come with us or no is your choice and yours alone. If it's too difficult, we'll manage. Oh. Thou art kind to say so, but I have no intention of forsaking our cause. I shall go to the Confluence, and I shall face that which hath long been overdue. It settled, then let us be off. When we arrive, we should look for a researcher named Keat. His name is either Keat or Kite. I'm willing to bet it's Keat. I'll worry about this later. Oh. That's gonna be Charlian. Come on, thank you. Give me some voice acting. I don't like reading these things out. Oh, now this is rather a lot of stern faces. Are my library books overdue again? Not to our knowledge, but associates of Kryl and the students of Baldessian. We seek passage to Thavnar and understand that you can assist us. Ah, the test. Oh, great. It's like, dread. Oh, you hadn't heard? Well, then allow me to explain. Oh, no. So in order to travel to an aetheryte, you ordinarily need to be attuned to it beforehand. Otherwise, you can't use it as a beacon to seek out. You can't use it as a beacon to seek out while you're in a massive ether hurtling along a light stream. An inconvenient but incontrovertible limitation of aetheryte transportation. But if I were to tell you that there are ways to travel to an aetheryte without being attuned to it, a way to instantly teleport to places you've never been. We've already done that. That's how we got into the Bowl of Embers. For long years, we've labored to make such travel possible that people might move about more freely. Or was it the? No, it wasn't the Bowl of Embers. It was the place where he fought Shiva. The bowl. Oh, no, I was thinking of the navel, not the Bowl of Embers. Anyways, words, they're hard. And we've finally done it. We've created a new kind of aetheryte that doesn't require attunement. No way. Truly, that changes everything. Oh, my language is a bit misleading. The user need not attune to the aetherytes, but the aetheryte itself must have been pre-attuned to one another, thereby facilitating travel between the 2 points. But it also happens that, of our first test pair of aetherytes, one has been installed here in Charlian and the other in Yedlamad? I'm an Englishman. I don't know what that word is. Yedlamad. Okay. To clarify this, I am one of those people that can usually determine how a word is supposed to be said just by looking at it. You can kind of just pronounce it rather clearly in your head. Right? And it's like, okay, it just sounds like this. And then you look back on it like half an hour later, it's like, oh yeah. Completely accurate. Somehow. This is not one of those words. I'm an Englishman, and that ain't no Englishness. Maybe it is English. I don't know. As you know, our nation has long maintained strong ties with Radzadan, and indeed we owe much of this breakthrough to the contribution of their alchemists. That they're good at alchemy. Cool. So to sum it up, we're to test these aetherytes. How fortuitous for you. Should I mention that an accident has impaired my ability to channel ether? Will this be a problem? Not at all. As a matter of fact, you might say these aetherytes are made for people like your good self. The matters computed within will whisk you away without any effort on your part. Yeah, Shathagra just taps it and all of a sudden he just gets ripped into fucking Narnia. So how does this... Spat out at like Mach 40, thrown into a building. A veritable dream come true, and far be it for me to worry about such things, but do we have permission to make use of your shiny new invention? The permission required is yours, so assuming you're willing, we're all set. It may come as a surprise, but you actually struggle to find test subjects. Yeah, for this kind of shit, no, this kind of thing, no shit, lady. I mean, Y'shtola is blind from this, and again, Thancred can't channel either, at all. He has no magic. Most people have an unreasonable fear for their souls gradually disintegrating as they drift helplessly to the live stream. This statistically and highly statistically unlikely event that something goes awry. Again, Y'shtola and Thancred. But it's plain that you aren't most people. Mistress Kryl surely knows how to pick 'em. That's not the case at all. Like, they've already done that. If I might change the subject, our Master Wilfson and Mistress Bloida not present today. Oh, didn't you hear? They've recently resigned their posts. Their expertise is needed elsewhere. Ah, great. A large-scale project helmed by the Forum itself, as I understand, but I'm not privy to the details. Why does that sound like it's going to be related to what's going on at the Forum? I mean, it is. There's no way around it. That's a detail that you don't just throw in there and be like, it's not important. No, it's definitely important. Any other questions? No? Then let's get going before you change your minds. Nice. We see your preparations and head outside the Aetheryte Plaza. I'll be along shortly. That top she's wearing is surprisingly form-fitting. Wait, where the fuck am I going again? Oh, the hell way that way. There we go. Wow, they actually are, like, totally dead. That's not who I want to talk to. Yet. Oh. No, voice acting. There it is.
Just the four of you, was it?
3. I'm already attuned to the crystal in Thavnir.
You are? Oh. I would have preferred more test subjects. Oh, well, never mind. If our 3 travelers could line up here, please.
Thancred's gonna show up missing an arm or something.
Yes, right there is fine. Take a deep breath, and I'll soon have you soaring through the ether. Oh, and one last thing.
Lady, why?
You might experience a teensy-weensy touch of violent ethereal sickness. Good luck!
Lady, why? Oh, for Christ's sake. People flipping out over the Sage skill names. You'll figure it out, bud. Forget about it. Where we going? Hey, we done did it.
Thavnir, home to city-state Rads at Han. Rising from the southeast waters of the Bounty, this Isle of Plenty served as the battleground for a conflict between two peoples. Their cultures bled into one another until a unique amalgamation was distilled from the chaos, in a process not unlike their precious alchemy.
Still got that snark.
Once solidified as a single nation, an adamant stance of neutrality would hold invaders at bay. For a time. Now across this vibrant isle creeps a fog of malice. What choice do you have? What chance?
He's got the constitution of a dead rabbit.
Against such an insidious foe.
Yep, ethereal sickness. That's one hell of a foe. The Empire would be like, oh god, this is terrible. René dead.
I've seen fairer faces after a bout of bad shellfish.
Lying and limp.
Let me bring you something to drink. That should help settle your bellies.
Yeah, last time I had felt sick like that, I just fucking tilt my head back for 5 minutes and got it out of my system.
There was a note with Kryle's instructions.
What did we not do?
Don't let a Stinian roam the markets alone. He's alarmingly bad with coin.
Ah, great. The warrior of light. You managed to wheel yourself to your feet, but give you a condition will be read. Just in your time. Am I in a city state? I am not in a city state. Okay. We're going to... I'm going to see. Sprint's only 20 seconds. Okay, get rid of the crappy boots. Put on the good boots. Ether sickness. Where in the hell did Estinian go? Oh, he's over there. Wow, it knocks me off my mount. That is just... that's just rude. Oh, he's not over here at all. Oh, there he is. I'm blind as hell. Good lord. Feathermon is greetings and welcome. You are wise, good sir, to come. My special Umbra lassie made with only the finest and precious ingredients is famed for calming unruly bellies. That's a big dude. By the way, a warm welcome to Thopnar. I'm pleased to offer you for the low price of 19,800. Oh my god! That bargain wants bargains. Oh my god. The price is high road robber Andy mocked to say as much to his stinging, but you realize any words of warning you cry will be accompanied by your last meal. You must stand before standing and using gestures to deny them. Ah, jeez. Oh, wait, I shouldn't buy the lassie. The merchant is swindling me. Ah! The sincerest apologies for might appear to have my prices confused. This is actually it's actually 1,890 gil for 3 bottles of the lassie. That confusion would be quite costly for both of us. Very well then. Your coin. Wow. I bought it for each of you. Take one of the others and get some breast. We'll be back after I've explored the town. Teensy weensy touch, she says. None of my hardest night's drinking comes close. Yeah, it's almost there. Praise be to the 12. My stomach dodged loosened its death grip. And my heartfelt thanks to the Anastinian and to the fine fruits of this land. Now I had teleportation induce such terrible discomfort. 'Twas torturous in its intensity, and would sooner swimmeth the scorns. You were in time, excellent. You spared us Taru's wrath. Sweet, sweet release. If you hadn't already, you should have yours too. Right, I'm ready to get on with it. That lassie truly worked wonders. My hair. Oh, he's got a ponytail now. I have bound it. 'Twas the most I could do against this heat of shedding my armor. I ask where you got the cord for it. The local vendor. Oh no. The method is a Thavnarian weave, tough and not easily bound. And how much did it cost? 9,400 gil. A steel. I was told there's nothing fancy, but I've always valued function over form. That's incredible. I dare say not even Alphino could hold a candle to you. Good lord. Oh, sass him. Yeah, something's weird. On that subject, I should refrain from making comment, yet I cannot help but observe the merchants seem overzealous in their pursuit of profit. Yeah, something's up with that. Claiming Thavnar of its dominion, the nation of Razatan hath long thrived as a hub of commerce. Yeah, so why is everything so bloody expensive? In the beginning, there were Arcasadara, a Matonga tribe indigenous to the island. Over time, they came to be joined by other races, and through their intermingling, a culture rich and distinct did emerge. From alchemy to textiles, the products of Hanish culture have come to be celebrated and coveted the world over, a development only aided by the nation's prime location as a waypoint betwixt east and west. All of this hath combined to make its trading power Razatan, yet its such a status cannot be taken for granted. Nay, it must be maintained through judicious government and stringent regulation. Neither of which I see any evidence, given that the merchants at a gateway town are free to fleece hapless travelers and tarnish the reputation of the nation at large. Just so, that opportunistic pricing is rampant doth suggest that oversight is much weakened, or mayhap the people have fallen upon hard times. What the truth would be? You were to ascertain the current state of affairs. Speaking assassin. Burton practical eye, we've got not to lose by learning more. So every seeker crawl acquaintance, shall we see what information we can gather here in Yidlamod? Excellent, we didn't exactly get off to a flying start, but we'll make up for it. Give me some drink. Yeah. Let's go ahead once more. Thunker is ready to get to work. Okay. Right, let us split up and make inquiries in time. Doomsday here is mine. You're damn right. As even if we learned what we can regroup by the Aetheryte. Off-putting to the mere sight may be. Hey, Gemstone Trader. We know that unlocks. Kids that are all the sales we made. Hey, the That's not right. No rare sightings unsettled time. People have given me the wide berths of the Accursed Tower appear to not run. Also, that's the issue. They don't have any imports anymore. But they also don't have any exports because no one's buying anything. Is that a fucking what the hell, man? That was Earthly Star. That range is fucking ridiculous. That is not okay. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's not okay. Oh, I'm on the wrong HUD for my thing. That's Earthly Star. That range has been like tripled. The name for the pier is by boats moored off nearby isles with the silhouettes of larger seafaring vessels farther away. Compared to other ports we visited in the past, there appears to be very little activity. So yeah, the fucking The reason why everything looks like is priced to hell now is because no one's coming by to buy anything, so they can't fucking import new shit, which means they can't sell anything, which means prices are only higher and they're selling crappier goods. Standard marketing shenanigans. I can fall in the water. I don't want to fall in the water. Getting out of the water is going to suck. What am I doing? Well, recording my sales. Still do it daily out of habit, though I don't know why I bothered. Hardly anything sells these days. Business has never been this terrible, but I suppose things could be even worse. I have a consortium to keep afloat, like Kazal. I don't envy his position. Better be alone with my little operation, I come to realize. You're a traveler by the looks of you. If you have a moment, perhaps you could pay Kazal a visit. You'd be glad for tidings from abroad. Like as not, you'll find him at Saltwind Sails, the harbor building across the water from here. Ah, shit. Oh, just that water. Okay, I thought it was like that way for some reason. Hello, what's going on? The Demolsons aren't... Demolskins? Aren't coming? We already have everything they ordered. What are we supposed to do with it? Demolson! No. I don't know, but yelling at me is going to help. All I know is our plans will change, and that's that. Look, you must have known this is going to happen. The Empire is at war with itself, and the provinces are in chaos. Then there's a tower sitting on top of our doorstep spitting out monstrosities. The city has its defenses, but we've been afforded no protection out here. We can't blame foreigners for not wanting to take the risk. But this would be an enormous loss. Yeah, that's... Alright, figured out the Demolskins. Certainly some ships are still coming. We have fresh produce, handicrafts, medicines, all perennial Hannah's favorites. Our consortium works clothes with merchants and artisans and supply only the finest wares. Quality is guaranteed. I know all of these things, Kazal. I do. Kazal. What is why I regret to say I have nothing for you. All voyages have been cancelled or indefinitely postponed. And you are? A guy that's here to fight some shit. Wait, you're a foreigner, are you not? A merchant? Please tell me you're a merchant. Nah, I'm a dude from the moon. It's a shame. I'm sorry, but we're discussing important matters. If you need something, please talk to one of the others. Excuse me. Big dude. My name is Mutsya, and I'm here to see Kazal. Oh, he seems busy. I'll come back later, then. Big ol' stomping. Well, let's go talk with him, shall we? Talk to the timid elephant dude who could probably break my neck with a frickin'... I don't know. Yes, can I help you? What's on your mind, bud? You noticed we consult too, didn't you? I'm Matsya, a fisherman of Akiali, a nearby village. I sell my catch to Kazal, who offers it to foreign merchants, but he hasn't bought anything for a while now. When I heard that the consortium had been struggling, I became worried and decided to come see him. Just as soon as he's free, anyway. He's a hard-working man, and I dare not disturb him. Matsya regards you nervously. If I may ask, what is it that you do? I do everything. An adventurer, you say, and you travel the world helping people. Then that must mean you're going to deal with strangers. Please, won't you teach me to be... I can't do that. You see, I brought some fresh fish with me, the portion I couldn't preserve, and I want to sell them. The problem is, I'm terrible with people. I've only dealt with Kazal, and I can't talk to customers without getting my trunk in a twist. So please, as silly as it would sound, would you not peddle my fish in my stead and show me how it's done? That is not what I do. If you're willing, please let me know and we can begin at once. The events to follow cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any... Did you find a register? Oh my god, really? Well then, show me how to deal with customers, I'm in your debt. Right, please try peddling my fish to, shall we say, the people here in Yedlamal. I shall observe you and learn. Ooh, he run fast. Irina. Go fish to a fisherman. Things have fell down somewhat, but it was utter chaos when that tower first appeared. Everyone's grabbing what they could, trampling over each other to get to the city. Many remain there for now, but I could not stay away. I had to come back, continue with my life such as it is. Whether or not it was the right choice, only time will tell. Too risky out here. Maybe I ought to move from this. Maybe I ought to move this to the city too. I'll make sure to clear well of the tower. And once there's a word from it, I'll heed Radium Post's instructions. No place safer than the city, of course, but if everyone up and left, what would happen to Yedlamald? Dangerous though it may be, I'll keep doing what I've always done to the extent that I can. Well, me, I'll probably be carrying out what to do as best as well. What do you do for a living, if you don't mind me asking? Well now, a fishmonger. Have you any goods with you? I'd like to buy some. Like me, you're doing your part to keep things normal. I respect that. And thank you for your custom. The catch of the day is Shallow's cod, delectable stewed in coconut milk, or baked with a sprinkle of salt. Okay, that was obviously easy mode. Balls. Aye. So I can't be mounted with this guy, apparently. He can't keep up. That makes sense, kind of. To a degree. Ish. Alright, Nashreen. See if I can sell to a dragon lady. Hawker, are you? Do you sell fruit by perchance? If so, I'd like to buy some armor. Let's say a dozen. They don't need to be export quality. What do you need so many armor for? Reading, of course. That may seem like a lot, but of late, go through that much in no time at all. I'm a stock taker by trade, but with no vessels coming these days, the wares are beginning to pile up. By the same token, nothing is coming from overseas, but not a day goes by that someone doesn't come asking when the next shipment is arriving for this and that. All but wears me down. I find myself feeling constantly hungry. Bollocks! I had a hunch that was gonna end the conversation. I'm not great with people, that much should be obvious. I'm terrible with people. What is it? If you don't mind, I'm rather busy. Oh god, it's in my stomach. Need the sickness? No, nothing so unusual. I'm in a hurry. To work, I ate just a little too quickly. The reason why I didn't ask the other chick, what the other question was. Like, are you sure it's hunger? It's like, that's kind of rude. It's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's hunger. I think I know what my own body is. Some fresh fish will settle your stomach and out the pressure as well. So take it easier, eat more slowly, and savor your food. Not that I could, but I can't afford to be idle. Like as not, circumstances will surely get worse before they get better. And so I'm working as hard as I can while I still can, to better to be prepared. Balls. Oh, this one. I need some earned coins so I can buy food, medicine, what have you. Is there anything suitable nuts yet? We do have some dry products too, Thavnir and cucumber and puff pie fish. They're the last of the bad, so if you're interested, you can have them for a discount. Really, by all means, I'll take them all. That was easier than the other chick. Okay, that last one actually tripped me up for a bit, but and what I told you, I gotta preserve what I catch. Yeah, I totally remember that. Yeah, open experience. Come, let us return to the pier. I told him what not to do, at least. Ah, goddamn, he's still following me. I haven't come across any chatter points with this guy. Quite unusual. Thank you so much for showing me how to talk to customers. Yeah, it's fine. You managed to sell 2 of the 3 people you approached. Nope. Watching you work was very enlightening. By applying the lessons I've learned, I hope to one day peddle as well as you. I'd still fail one of the sales, dude. Come on. Still, there's only so much I can do though. I hope the things have returned to normal for calls all soon. Ah, they do have eyelids. I thought I heard a familiar voice, and who should it be but Matsya? Oh, have you finished your business at the guild? So you were there too. Forgive me, try as I might, I can't find any buyers. With no ships coming in and hardly any going out, there simply aren't any options at this rate. So you can't buy my fish anymore. I'm sorry, Matsya, I truly am, but for now you must peddle your own goods. I just told you how to do that. Sort of. I fucked it myself. I want to help you, but as it stands, I can barely help myself. That is true. I poured my all into the consortium, and I'll be damned if I let it fall apart. I've got friends and family depending on me, and I won't fail them. The sisters as my witness. Issues. Best return to my village. Thanks again, and please take care on the road. Yeah, going here was definitely the right call. I mean, chronologically speaking, this place is like literally falling apart. I'm gonna turn off the stream after this. After this quest. Kind of falling asleep. Damn, it's already been like 2.5 hours. Jesus. I see that you've been busy. Managed to learn a tidbit or two, I trust. I see. We also heard the tower is affecting many local livelihoods, and to think it would be to such an extent. If other notable, if not wholly unexpected discovery, disappearances and kidnappings are disturbingly commonplace. As before, the culprits are most likely certainly tempered Imperial soldiers. And as before, they mean to use the faith of the hapless thralls to call forth the lunar primal. Business as usual for the Telophoroi. And its small size is small, however, the impact upon the people's lives still to be more pronounced here than it is in Eorzea. Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. Helping us struggle physically when we just met Peddler's Catch. Yes, you would do something like that. Hey! Look, a Zem's got a Zem, okay? And isn't gonna kill this thing now because it's just... I am officially too tired to actually keep this going. I can only chatter. I am not much of a narrator. I can comment on things all I want, but like narrating something and commenting on a narration are two different things, and the stuttering is driving me freaking insane. My video card isn't taxed. It's at 7,000 bit rate, which is bloody massive anyways, and I'm not dropping frames. I haven't dropped a single frame on the thing, and it's only running at 30 FPS. It's also only 720p. I don't know what the heck's going on. So that's... maybe it's just because the ultrawide is got, it's causing issues, I guess. I don't know. Maybe people just don't like ultrawide. I don't know. I'd have to be told, like, do people like ultrawide or not? I don't have an issue with it. It's literally my main resolution. I guess it can be a little annoying to some. But I mean, when you get into like trials and whatnot, and you get to see the extra range on the screen, it's ridiculous. You have to actually use ultrawide to figure out why it's like as good as it is, but it is kind of gimmicky, and it's not cheap. It's expensive. And not everything supports it too, which sucks. I really wish it would become mainstream. I think there's monitors out there which are like they're taller than they are wider, and I don't understand why anyone would want that. That's just mind-boggling to me. Like, I guess you can say the same thing for ultra-wide, but I mean, like as a gamer, I just when I see a screen that is, you know, twice as tall as the standard, I can't help but be like, why? Just why? You can't even give like the argument of reading, because I mean, people don't read a whole page. Like, you took your head all the way back and then all the way down and then scroll up to the top of the page and then go all the way back down. For one, that's awful on the neck, and for two, you really easily lose your place that way. It's just, yeah. I don't know. And I mean, ultra wide, I mean, like, even if you're just using it for like work, I mean, the extra real estate on two windows that you can, you know, put side by side, that alone is already immensely useful. Although, by telling that to a businessman. Well, that's just me. I have learned to not really trust businessmen. But that's I don't know. What else? I'm turning it off. This stuttering is bloody driving me insane. I'm gonna have to dick around with the bitrate later on more. Maybe it's YouTube, maybe it's the stream thing. I don't know. I'm rocking over 100 FPS here myself. Everything is smooth as silk, so should be fine, but it just isn't. Maybe I just have to increase the FPS on it? I don't know. Whatevs. This will probably pick up, I don't know, maybe in a later trial or something. Unfortunately, I cannot be asked to stream the whole MSQ, at least not at this hour. Not without not reading it out and doing everything and all that. It's just... no. Doesn't work for me. Oh, as it is.